Hello, everybody. This is Caroline at Create Your Future. How's everyone today? Welcome on our channel, Create Your Future. I am a coach here. I am available for one-on-one coaching. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am a certified hypnotherapist. I'm also a Law of Attraction life coach certified. I'm certified in EFT and TFT tapping as a practitioner, and I'm also a NLP practitioner certified. All right, so today we are going to, Today we are going to talk about the art of thinking. The art of thinking, I call it an art because as anything in life, you have two choices. The choices are to do things manually, randomly, just because, or to bring passion to it. You know, it's like cooking. I'm not a great cook because I don't really enjoy cooking. So I cook because I have to cook. I cook because I have a family, I have to cook for them and whatever. But my cooking, I'm not going to call it an art because there's no passion in it. But you see, and I've watched sometimes on Instagram, some people who make cooking such an amazing art. And I'm not saying that they make, fancy statues or whatever with food. No, but their meal, they can make something as simple as tortellini, let's say. Well, I make my tortellinis, it's very basic and whatever, but they make it so beautiful to the end, and probably the taste is as amazing as their presentation, and not only that, but the energy they put in making the food and cooking. Anything can be an art. You can be an airplane pilot. It can be a passion. It becomes an art. Whatever. In my opinion, my view of life, I don't think there is one area that cannot be an art. Everything can be an art. It just depends on who you are, if you love doing it, and the level of passion you put in it. Okay? So, thinking is an art. Because you can just think thoughts randomly, or you can actually put all your energy in what you are going to think and how you're going to think in order to create the life that you want. Why? Because, again, for those who are new in our channel, Law of Assumption says that everything in your consciousness, everything that you believe and you assume or think dominantly, is reflected in your 3D reality. Everything you experience, everything you have, who you are, the people you meet, what people are saying to you, how people are treating you, is a reflection of your consciousness, beliefs, assumptions, and your thoughts, right? So we can make our thinking an art by consciously creating and putting love and passion into it. And when you do that, when you put that energy of love and passion into your art of thinking, well, then your life becomes a piece of art, right? I can personally say that the things that I'm going through in life that are not satisfying, that are frustrating, I know exactly why, because my thinking was nothing but artsy. It was really random and just matter of fact, reacting to the 3D and complaining. I'll give you an example. There was two things that happened in the same day that were really bothering me. I can't remember what the first one was, but that's a good thing if I don't remember. But anything, the second thing was my mother gave me a little crossbody bag, and it had a little pouch that clips on the on the crossbody, and it's very small, like this. So it's the perfect size for the AirPod phone case, right? So I had my AirPod phone case in there. I was reacting to an interaction that I had with somebody, and that really annoyed me. I allowed it to annoy me. I take responsibility. I allowed it to annoy me. I became very frustrated and resentful, and I kept on running this through my head for 2 days. And for 2 days, I had a series of unpleasant things happen to me while I was traveling. No, I really can't remember what it was. Anyhow, it was a series of delays, things that were not going my way. Oh yeah, then I arrived in my house. The backyard uh, was still completely open with the big holes, machines in the back. The house was supposed to be ready last March. It is now the end of June. So, you know, nothing was working out in my favor. I had a few other things in the house that were not working, water running, it was just, I was so aggravated. I was so reacting from what happened with that person that I kept on running this state of dissatisfaction, and then I kept on getting more. I kept on getting more and more of it. So, anyways, I went down to the mall downstairs, which is a walking distance, came back, and the little pouch disappeared with the case inside. Thank God the airport were in my ear, so I didn't lose that. But, and then what happened? More frustration. But all these feelings of frustration and feeling like nothing was going my way was clearly a continuation of the state I was in, the state I had accepted when I reacted to what that interaction with that person. So, my point here is that instead of dealing with the 3D saying, okay, I had an unpleasant interaction with this person, okay, I don't need to react, I don't need to take it personally, and focus back on my thoughts and change them. Instead of doing that, I decided to dwell on it and run that story and repeat and extend that feeling of frustration and resentment. And all I got from the 3D was a series of very unsatisfying events. Oh, well, yeah, and the best of it is that today my best friend is flying from Europe all the way down to where my house here is here off the coast of Africa. And we were laughing because last year the airport closed just for 3 hours. That was the 3 hours during which her flight was. So she could not take that flight. She had to take another flight. So she met me in Barcelona 12 hours late. And then we were complaining. She was complaining, actually. She was saying to me, the month of June is a really bad month for me. Nothing works for me in June. That was her belief, right? So then we flew together from Barcelona all the way down to my house on that island, and no suitcases. They lost our suitcases. We got them 3 days later. Okay, it's not a big deal, right? We got them. Everything worked out. We had a fabulous time together, fabulous vacation. That's not the point. The point was, there's 2 points. The point is, first one is that her belief that nothing works during the month of June is not that nothing works for her during the month of June, or for us when we meet together during the month of June. It's just a belief that she just chose and decided to accept. So, sure enough, she's scheduled to arrive today. Last night, they canceled her flight. So now she's doing a ridiculous world tour. I don't know why. They're making her fly like 3 different planes to do something that could have been done directly in 4 hours. Now her whole trip will be about 13 hours to get here. So there's 2 beliefs here. Beliefs that in June nothing is working out for her, and then the second belief is that in the end it does work out. It's not pleasant, but it does work out. So it did work out because they found her a seat in those flights, and she's able to be here. She's flying as we speak, and she's going to be here in a few hours. The other people that were with her stuck at the airport have no seats available. It's summertime and everybody's flying, so they're stuck, and God knows how many days they will have to wait until they can actually go to their destination. So it did work out for her, but all of these are beliefs. So for her, I would say, and I did tell her, I said, no, this superstition, this belief that nothing works for you in June is a belief that you have accepted, that you have decided that this is how it is. So instead of telling me from now on, let's plan our trips in July so it does work, no, just know for a fact for yourself that this absurd belief, you no longer have it, you choose to no longer have it, and that from now on, you are going to believe that everything works out for you all year round, during every single one of the 12 months, right? So it's a decision. It's energy you put into your thinking, into your belief. That's an art. Of course, I'm saying all this so you can modify the little things that you have in your life, and also in order to manifest your SP, because you can apply this to your SP story. But then you can also realize catch yourself in the way you're thinking, because often we believe that, yes, we do our mental diet, we do our affirmations, our scripting, visualization, but the majority of the day, we're not doing the work, right? We just think. So we have to make sure that those thoughts do not contradict and take over in a complete different direction ourselves, to get where we want to go. So we got to pay attention, and we have to remember thinking is an art, right? We put the right energy into our thoughts. We do it with love. We have to think thoughts of love. Yeah, it might be a little overstated, saying, well, you know what, I can still manifest when I don't feel love. Yeah, I know. But the main thing is, if you believe that nothing is working out for you, if you believe that everything is difficult, there's obstacles all the time, there's a lot of frustration, a lot of waiting, then what? Then that's what you're going to have in your 3D, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Try to catch yourself and not reacting to the 3D, and immediately switch the way you're thinking in order to align all of you to match energetically your end goal. Okay? So you can do this for USP, and you can do this for anything in life. I will give you the example, for instance, of where I am right now. To me, that's my paradise. Everybody has different vision, different notions, so I'm going to give you the example of my personal experience and shared with you so you can apply the tips, and maybe, hopefully, that will help you to go where you want to be in life. As you know, for those who watch me, I live in Miami, and the condo that I bought, and as a matter of fact, even the houses I had before, because I moved quite often, and every single one was a project, and really that I did with passion. So it was an art. I put all of me into deciding first and foremost in my head, okay, I want a house or I want a condo, and then put all the energy of how I wanted it to look like, where, which country, which town, which side of the street, facing north, facing east. I was very specific, even with the bedrooms, where they would be facing, because to me that's important. Other people don't care. But when you create, you can go in a lot of details, and you can be as detailed as you want. And the more detailed you are, actually I found it extremely helpful and amazing, because you get what you want. If you don't know, If you hesitate, always go with the affirmation, this or something even better manifest for me now. That's a solution, because sometimes, yeah, we're not sure, we hesitate, or we don't know. We know what we know, the feeling we would like to have when we have what we want, but we're not exactly sure how it should look like, or how it's gonna, where it should be. Okay, so you can say that affirmation, this is what I want, this or something even better manifest for me now, and I'm highly satisfied always. So the details I put and the energy I put in every single one of my homes was coming from really being almost like a child in school, drawing. You know, children draw, they draw whatever comes to their mind. They're not thinking, oh, pretty bird. That's so rare to see birds on this island. It's a volcanic island. First time I see one. Gorgeous. Anyhow. So the child energy, I love to work with children. As a matter of fact, before I had my children, I was a marriage and family therapist, and specializing with children. So all my clients were only children, and I thought their world was so fantastic. I always wanted to dig into their mind, just the way they react. They're so spontaneous, and their imagination goes so wild. And so drawing from that, the wild imagination, this is where I want you to go with this art of creating, right? There's no limits. So you go ahead and you imagine, like I did for my houses, my condo in Miami, or my house here in this island, the way I wanted it to be, and then I would shop. But shop, first I would imagine, then I would shop, but virtually. I was not buying anything, but I would shop on my iPad every night for the furniture or the artwork that I wanted to get, and put it either in a basket, even if I was not buying it, or taking screenshots and putting together a folder. Okay, that's the house in Africa, that's the apartment in Miami, boom, boom, and this is what I'm getting inside. And I would go so detailed. Okay, I'll give you an example. In Miami, I would say I even want the elevator, because I'm in a high tower, right, that doesn't have button but has an iPad. I thought it was cool. I wrote it down on my list. Who cares, right? It's my imagination. I can do whatever I want. So I put it in the list, and I kept on saying, this was something even better manifest for me. And then for the house here in Africa, I do not like to be just in a house, single house with no neighbors. Some people love that. I don't. I like to have my neighbors. I just enjoy it. I want everything to be walking distance from the town, from the beach, whatever. So I do not want to be isolated. So I wanted the neighbors, so I like the idea of an apartment. But also, I didn't want exactly an apartment, because I wanted a backyard and a swimming pool outside. Well, how do you do it? Do you have the apartment or you have the house? Well, I said, this is what I want. I want the feel of an apartment. I want an apartment with the feel of a house, with the backyard and the pool. And it was completely illogical. The most illogical was I didn't even have the money for it. But I put it all in my list. And I put all this love, energy in the art of creating this imagination, this imagining, projects. And I just would affirm and say, this was something better now manifest for me, and I know it manifests, and everything's going to be paid for, and it's going to happen in pure and perfect harmony. And it did. It did. So my point is, don't think small. Imagine big, because everything is your creation anyways. So don't put restriction upon yourself. And know that everything that you believe and you create will be pushed out if you put that art energy, that passion in it, and that knowing that this is how law works. Comes in the mind and it gets pushed out. So now I give you the details. Example for my house is you can do the same for your specific person. You don't settle. You don't accept breadcrumbs. You go for the best quality, the best type of relationship, whatever exactly suits you. How does it look like? What do you guys do every day? What do you guys do every night when you get home? What do you guys do on the weekends? What kind of lifestyle do you have? Do you guys go on vacation? How often do you go on vacation? And I'm not saying to go out there and do it and put yourself in debt. Absolutely not. What I'm saying is that step one is to use this imagination and create something amazing. Then step two, you focus it, you go in details, you make it more concrete on a piece of paper or on your iPad, your computer, whatever, and just know, then put the energy in researching, cutting out in magazines, maybe like, the type of living room you would want in your house, or the type of vacation you want to take with your SP, and maybe keep a journal with all the things you have cut out in the magazines, or the things you have written, or the things you draw. For me, I would draw because what I wanted I could not see in magazine, except for the furniture. And furniture I would cut out, whatever. But the designs of the homes or certain art that I wanted. And then visualize and just know, this is my life. Everything is always working out for me. I always get what I want. I'm so highly satisfied and I feel so good. You will see it manifest if you stay with this energy mental diet. You don't need to repeat it like a maniac, but what you need to do is to know what you want, be clear, have this clarity, and stay on this, on this vibration, I would say. So if you put the thought just one time and then never deviate, that's good enough. Otherwise, you can do it every day. Like, if it comes with an SP and that's more work because you've been hurt in the past, you want to be saying your affirmations on a daily basis, absolutely. But the main thing is to know that this is how it is for you. This is how it happens. This is your life, because you are the creator, because everything that you get, you have, you experience, everything you are comes from your beliefs and assumptions, your thoughts. So please remember that. Okay, guys, I'll intend that you have a magnificent week. Don't forget that we have a free course on how to identify your blocks and manifest anything fast. We give that away for free. It's in the link below. I have still my hypnosis tracks and bundles for 50% off with the coupon code SAVE50. If you need help purchasing any of the hypnosis tracks or any of the affirmation tracks, check them out on the website. I have 21 titles now. Please send an email to the office. They will help you, assist you with the payments or the order. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe, share, put a like, and I will talk to you next week. Bye, guys. Love you.